In today's noisy and competitive world, many people are swept up in a common belief that they are broken, incomplete, and must constantly fix or improve themselves in order to be worthy of peace. From self-help courses to personal growth philosophies, this message seeps into our minds. You must become a better version of yourself before you can be loved or feel at peace. But Buddhism and other deep spiritual traditions pose a different question. What if you were never broken to begin with? What if peace isn't something to be earned at the end of effort, but something already within you, just waiting to be remembered? The illusion of self-perfection. The belief that we must fix ourselves to find peace often leads to anxiety, helplessness, and pressure. But the truth might be much gentler. Peace is not something to achieve, but something to remember. The constant pursuit of happiness often deepens the feeling of not being enough. Buddhism teaches that we are already whole. True serenity comes not from perfecting ourselves, but from letting go. The nature of the self and anatta. The concept of anatta, non-self, in Buddhism helps dismantle one of our deepest illusions, the belief in a fixed identity. Clinging to a rigid self-image causes suffering because we're always changing, yet we try to hold on to who we think we are. Understanding non-self allows us to release attachment to the past and see ourselves as a flowing process, imperfect but alive and true. The concept of padi, rice, padi, is a symbol in Buddhist meditation, representing the deep inner stillness that lives within us. It's not a surface-level calm, but a grounded peace that remains steady through life's storms. Padi arises when we stop running from emotions and learn to sit quietly with ourselves, to observe without judgment. It's the state of doing nothing, simply being present. The power of noble silence. Noble silence in Buddhism is more than not speaking. It's a full, compassionate presence. In this silence, pain can arise and be acknowledged without needing to be fixed. It's a healing space for the inner child, where there's no pressure to explain or overcome, only to feel and be held. The role of compassion, karuna. On the path of healing, karuna, compassion, is essential. Buddhism teaches that every person acts from their own pain and confusion. When we extend compassion to ourselves, we can forgive past mistakes, view our history without judgment, and free ourselves from guilt and self-punishment. Compassion isn't weakness, it's the doorway to deep acceptance. The illusion of control and integration. Trying to integrate ourselves, to understand and reconcile every part within, can become a subtle form of control. Believing that we must resolve every contradiction before finding peace only deepens our suffering. Wholeness comes not through control, but through surrender, allowing ourselves to hold contradictions and complexities without resistance. The practice of noting. Noting is a mindfulness practice that involves labeling thoughts and feelings with neutrality. Instead of merging with, "I'm a failure," or "I'm not good enough," we simply note, judging thought is present. This creates space between us and our thoughts, softening our attachment to inner narratives and bringing us back to awareness. Embracing imperfection and wholeness. Buddhism doesn't encourage perfection. It invites us to live fully as we are. Our flaws aren't mistakes to eliminate, they're signs of life. When we let go of striving to become something and simply allow ourselves to be, we discover true freedom. Freedom to fail, to change, to live authentically. The journey back to stillness. Peace isn't out there, it's right here, in the letting go, in the fullness of a single breath. When we stop trying to manipulate our experiences and simply allow ourselves to be present, stillness naturally emerges. It's a journey that asks for no effort, only a return. Freedom from performance. The pressure to be spiritual, calm, enlightened, wise, can also disconnect us from our true selves. Buddhism gently reminds us there's nothing to prove, no state to achieve. Real peace begins when we stop striving, stop performing, and simply allow ourselves to exist, as we are, without conditions.